And the police state ends with me. And we made it one more day. Now, folks, when the police are used as hired guns to eliminate political candidates at the behest of corporate will and the current people in government, well, there is no democracy. There is nothing left but fascism. And again, I'm going to define that for you. Now, communism is when the government owns the means of production, government owning the corporations basically, and fascism is when the corporations run / own the government. Simply put, the United States of America has no democracy, no true political government, not under this Bartlesville, Oklahoma and Washington County, Oklahoma police state. When, like in my case, where I was running for Bartlesville City Council and the Bartlesville Police are used by the current local government at the behest of Mike Moore and James Brasel, the leadership of Phillips Medical Center, to rid me as a candidate because they do not like me due to me previously filing a complaint against Phillips Medical Center. Well, the supposed democracy and free elections is nothing more than a scam. Propaganda. The candidates you vote on are carefully chosen, allowed to run for office by the corporations, wealthy and well-connected. And in fact, the current government in power itself. See, when someone like me, an independent, taking no money from anyone, let alone corporations, and a government outsider that has never been in trouble before and just wants to volunteer to represent the people for real in the government in a non-paid position such as Bartlesville City Council, when someone like me runs for office, the police state and corporations and current government use the Bartlesville Police as hired guns to lie under oath and create defaming court documents, steal and threaten my life, and more. We have no democracy. We have fascism under the Bartlesville Police state. The corporate leaders like Mike Moore and James Brasel of Phillips Medical Center will use the lethal arm of the government, the Bartlesville Police, as hired guns to destroy any candidate for government they don't like. That is the state of things. Democracy is non-existent in a police state. It is just a scam and propaganda to make you think you have a say. However, it is quite possible that you already know that, which would be why the last election in Bartlesville, Oklahoma had a turnout of only about 10% of the available voters. Because you already know the system is rigged and we have no democracy, or you'd be showing up. Not under the Bartlesville, Oklahoma, Washington County, Oklahoma police state. I mean, we have no democracy here. Folks, when local corporations can utilize the police as hired guns to threaten a candidate's life, make it to where he knows he's not only not safe in his house, but he's not safe to campaign on the streets of Bartlesville. That's why I stopped campaigning. I'm not safe from the Bartlesville Police. And because the media around here won't report on anything but what they say, I could be out there campaigning, they could fly up in their car, shoot and kill me, blame it on me, and the media would report that. That is not a safe place for a candidate to be going door to door like I was doing. I went to over 1,000 doors, over I believe almost 1,200 doors or more, handing out pamphlets. Starting in November of the Saturday after the Tuesday election in November of 2014. Then in December, right at the very beginning, just a few weeks from now, almost a year now, just a couple of weeks now, in December of 2014, I started noticing things disappearing at my house and things being stolen, damage to the property and so forth. That's when the police started so-called investigating me because I was campaigning. Because I had been going door-to-door campaigning in my ward. And then on March the 6th, they raided my home. After I caught them, I installed, it got so bad, so much theft and so much damage to my property and honest fear for my life, it got so bad I finally, and I had reported this to the city of Bartlesville even. It got to the trash service because my trash can got stolen from my backyard. It got so bad that I finally bought security cameras. And on March the 5th, 2015, in the afternoon, I installed them. And on March the 6th, at 6:02 a.m., I caught a fully uniformed, armed Bartlesville police officer criminally trespassing and stealing from me. And I informed him that I caught him doing that. He lives 2 doors down from me. And then a few hours later, they raided my home and stole that video. And threatened me, defamed me, created false documents. When you have this many people involved in it, which I believe tomorrow I'm going to go into the people that are involved in this. But when you have the local corporation leadership, Mike Moore and James Brasel, telling the police to do this to me, the police doing it, the DA's office going along with it, they even came along in the ride-along, were even part of the threatening of me, breaching my civil rights, and you can go back and watch those videos, they're towards the beginning, rights that were breached, civil rights that were breached. And then you have a rubber stamping corrupt Judge Vaclaw that just stamps it even though he knows there's no probable cause in it and it's completely full of lies and you know, he knows, absolutely knows. His Court of Appeals has already said that things like he has done will not pass. He knows that it would get appealed, and again, you can look at my Facebook page where he's laughingly said that before. He'll make decisions, and if you don't like it, you can just appeal it. His goal is to simply make your life difficult. It's fascist. His goal is not to do anything illegal. His goal is to simply make your life hard and cost you money and threaten you. So you'll stop running to be a candidate for city council. See, the person I ought to be running against, which you can see posts on my page, the person I was running against never ran against anyone. This person was appointed. You can see that on my Facebook page. When you have all these people involved in this, it is a organized, conspired, fascist government and corporations in this town, in this city of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and Washington County, Oklahoma. They are using armed men in groups, more than 10% of the police force showing up at candidates' houses. 6 total people, 7 if you count the person that lives 2 doors down from me that earlier I caught armed on my property. Armed people coming to my house, threatening my life, putting my life at risk, tearing my house apart, smearing mud all over the place, breaching so many civil rights, it's just unbelievable. And no one willing to do anything. And again, I'll go into that tomorrow. I say again, folks, the police state ends with me. With that said, I'll see you tomorrow.